Yo, what is going on, boys and girls? It is your boy Nono for you, back at it with another first place undefeated Blue Eyes Primite deck profile. I just took this deck again to locals yesterday, and even though it was a small locals, because most of the people I know who go to my locals, they were at the regional for Los Angeles. So it was just basically me and 3 other people. So it was only like a little 3-round tournament. But I still went undefeated, getting me into this. And it was such a fun little locals. Literally, all 4 of us were playing Blue Eyes, but I was the only person playing the Primite package. So your boy obviously had to take home the gold just for playing that. But, yeah, I didn't... So I ended up not recording my matches for this local specifically. 1, because I forgot my mount stand. And 2, these players were new to the locals. So like they never really been to this locals that I play out before. So I didn't really want to make them feel uncomfortable. But otherwise, overall, it was a really fun locals. This deck profile is slightly different than my last deck profile, which you guys viewed. Just a few slight changes. But I'll explain to you guys the reasoning for my changing and for the reason why I'm choosing to play this specific card over another specific card. But anyways, without further ado, guys, let's get on to the updated Blue Eyes Primite deck profile. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this main deck is a 43 card main deck. Compared to my last deck profile, I try to keep it at an even 40. But anyways, without further ado, first off, I started with 2 Blue Eyes White Dragons. Obviously, you only need 2. No need to play the 3rd one. Along with the Jet Dragon. God, this card is just so amazing. Don't sleep on it, please. 1 Bestial Magnamut. I hope this card doesn't get banned. My friends were saying something about like this card potentially being banned. But let's just hope not. And then along with the Magnamut, we are also playing the Bestial Jewsworm, because why not? Bestials are really good in this deck, and it's an extra interruption. And then now we are playing 3 Primite Ether Barrels, along with 3 of the Sisters, the Maiden of White, along with 3 Effect Veilers. I actually, for this locals, I ended up doing the second effect of this card most of the time to mainly summon out Jet Dragon, and it just really came in clutch. And keep in mind, guys, the first effect of this only happens on normal summon. So if you were to somehow special summon this back from the graveyard, it will not trigger to activate to add the tuner from deck to hand. It has to be on normal summon specifically. So I just kind of caught on to that, but yeah. Anyways, 3 stages. I am choosing to play 1 Kaiser Seahorse. It's an additional combo starter, and this card is replacing a specific card in the deck, which we will get to in a bit. Now, continuing on with the Primite package, we are going 3 Loreley loads. Do I even have to explain? This card alone can end you on a Hieratic Seal of Heavenly Spheres. 1 Drill Beam. And then I am choosing to main deck the Primite Roar. I think this card is really good, like going first. It could be good going second, just to summon out a Blue Eyes White Dragon. But I like to have this mainly for going first, due to the effect in the graveyard, where basically if your opponent normal summons a monster, you can banish this card from your graveyard, then target 1 normal monster you control in your graveyard, so basically Blue Eyes White Dragon. Banish 1 monster from the field with less attack than that monster. So this doesn't just only have to hit their normal summon monster. So like, let's say if they have another monster face up on the field already, and then if they normal summon the monster, their monster, right? You can do this effect, right? Banishing itself for cost, to either banish their normal summon monster or whatever other face-up monster they have that's basically less than 3,000 attack. But I just like to play this because it gives me something else to set or search with the effect of Ether Barrel or Loreley Load, because you don't want to be setting like another Loreley Load and stuff like that, right? But I would highly recommend playing this. Like going first. Going second, you could absolutely side this card out. 1 Mausoleum of White. 2 Wishes for Eyes of Blue. Guys, I'm telling you right now, you do not need the 3rd one of this card. Okay? I see people playing out 3 like, oh, you have to play 3. Listen, you can play 3 of this card as long as you have 3 different Blue Eyes spell or trap targets for it. Because the thing of the wishes is a hard and. So you have to be able to add a level 1 light tuner and a spell and trap that mentions Blue Eyes White Dragon. So for me, what I'm doing is that's where the Neo Kaiser Seahorse comes in. The Neo Kaiser Seahorse is simply replacing the third Wishes for Eyes of Blue for me. So you don't break too much on Wishes, because also Wishes for Eyes of Blue is a hard once per turn. And you know what? Sometimes it's like, man, I really don't want to be discarding anything in my hand. But still, you have to play at least 2. I don't think you need 3. I think 1's too little. Just trust me, if you're playing 3, cut this to 2. Try it out. I guarantee you guys will like it a lot better. 1 Roar. 1 Majesty. God, this card is so amazing. I got this card so many times off today. Non-target, pop 2. Just, oh, absolutely amazing. And then 1 True Light, of course, obviously. So this is kind of it for the engine. I had no problems with any of this all today. Everything put in work today. Everything was useful. But this is the beautiful thing about this deck, right? You can literally go half the engine or half the deck engine, and then the other half just straight up nothing but hand traps and interruption, which we will be getting to right now. So, which will be 3 Ash Blossom of Joyous Spring, 3 Effect Veiler. You have to play this at 3 for this deck. 3 Nibiru. You have to play 3 Nibiru for this deck specifically too, because 1 for the mirror match, 2 for Yugioh, it's good, and 3 we kind of there's like a route we do, which I'll show you guys right now. Let's say if you open up nothing but hand traps, right, and Nibiru is one of your hand traps, there's a way where you potentially go into Lina, the Light Charmer, and this gets you access to one of your combo starters, right? So what you would do is like you Nibiru everything, right? You summon it, right? And then let's say you have like your opponent passes turn back to you, right? Let's say you draw, you're still not seeing any of your searchers, right? Let's say you open up an extra Ash or an Effect Veiler or whatever, right? Just nothing but hand traps. You normal summon the Ash or Effect Veiler, link off into this, because it requires at least the light monster. You're gonna crash into the token or whatever other face-up monster that they end up like having on the field. And when this card's destroyed, you can add 1 light monster with 1500 or less defense from deck to your hand. So this can add Sage with Eyes of Blue, or which would be like 100% of the time if you don't open up in hand already, the Maiden of White. So this card plays a very good role in this deck. So, and Nibiru is one of the reasons how we're able to get into this, right? But moving on, 3 Ghost Ogre. So this card for me is most Blue Eyes Primate players are playing the Mulcharmy Fualos. I'm not Kaiba rich, so as a little budget option, I'm choosing to replace it with the Ghost Ogre. I think Ghost Ogre is really good in this format for a mirror match, and again, Yugioh, right? Even just straight up going second sometimes, like if they interact with something of yours, you just chain Ghost Ogre. It forces them to use a negate out on this card. So I think this card is just amazing. An amazing budget replacement for the Mulcharmy Fualos, because I'm not trying to go broke here. But almost done with the main deck. 3 Infinite Impermanences, 1 Triple Tactics Talents, and of course a Call by the Grave. Every deck should be maining Call by the Grave in their main deck. Tactics came in clutch 1 time today. Basically, my opponent had a Tyrant Dragon on field with the Spirit of White, and then I ended up summoning Blue Eyes White Dragon with the effect of Roar, trying to trigger the effect of Maiden in my graveyard to reborn herself, right? He ended up negating it with the Spirit of White, or Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon. And then I immediately followed up with Triple Tactics Talent, which kind of... He ended up tagging out the Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon to the Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon, which I don't think he should have personally done that. He should have just... what the hell? Where is it? Oh, yeah, this guy right here. He personally should have just letting me take his Spirit Dragon, because now I basically just... by the time the Triple Tactics resolved, this was already out, and I just straight up took this. So I had a free Omni Negate for myself. So like, yeah, this card's just so good in general. But anyways, that is it for the main deck. Let's hop into the extra deck. Alright guys, for the extra deck, a few slight changes compared to my last profile. But anyways, starting off with 2 Spirit with Eyes of Blue. I think 2 of this is perfect. You do not need to play 3. You do not need to play 1. So kind of similar to the Wishes. I am playing 2 Hieratic Seal of Heavenly Spheres. I know some people like to play this at 1. But the thing is, this deck really goes into the grind game. So that's what the purpose of this deck is. And there are times where I wish, like, damn, I wish I was playing a second Seal of Heavenly Spheres. Just to, like, in case I'm unable to, like, OTK or something like that. And if I just have a face-up Ether Barrel with, like, a Magnuma that I summoned from the tournament before, I could do something with them to go into another interruption. So I think playing 2 of this is also correct. Along with the Lina, the Light Charmer, as I just mentioned in the main deck. Very important card to play. You can actually, well, even though it didn't come in clutch today because there was no Ryzeal players today, but this can steal your opponent's detonator and use it against them. So that's another reason why we play Lina, the Light Charmer. Along with SP Little Knight, don't even have to explain there. 3 Blue Eyes Spirit Dragons. You could cut this to 2 if you want, but I like to play 3 of this because, again, for the grind game purposes. And then for some targets for this card, for when we tag out, are going to be Light Storm Dragon. God, this card is so amazing. I got it off like twice today, hitting my opponent's True Light. And like, not even just a True Light, but the thing is, so this is your spell and trap removal, right? And for you guys who don't clearly understand this card, because I didn't understand it at first too, even if you summon this, so let me just read it to you guys real quick. If this card is special summoned, you can target spell and traps on the field up to the number of normal monsters in your graveyard +1, destroy them. So even if we don't have basically a Blue Eyes White Dragon in the graveyard, you're still popping 1 card regardless because it says +1, right? And even, let's say if you have 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon in the graveyard, you're popping 2 Spell and Traps on the field. If you have 2 Blue Eyes White Dragons in the graveyard, you're basically popping 3 Spell and Traps at the same time. That is so insane. And this card has another effect. If this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can target 1 Spell or Trap in your graveyard, set it, but it cannot be activated unless you control basically a Blue Eyes White Dragon, which is so easy to get out in this deck anyways, right? So like you can literally set like an imp, or you can literally set an Imperm. You could set your True Light if it gets destroyed. You could set a Wishes. You could literally set any spell or trap. So you have to always play this in your extra deck. Always have to play it. Along with the 1 Azurai Silver Dragon. So the thing is, I think this is a really good card right now too, because like the thing is with Blue Eyes is that some of the cards, when they summon Blue Eyes White Dragon, it summons them in defense position, right? Such as the Blue Eyes Roar, the Primite Lorely Load. We need more cards that are able to summon Blue Eyes White Dragon in attack position, just besides True Light. And the fact that this card gives all your dragon monsters basically Chaos Max, like the effect of Chaos Max from being targeted or destroyed by card effects, absolutely phenomenal too, right? And this can reborn a Blue Eyes White Dragon basically during your standby phase. So not just in defense, you could summon it in attack too, so which is also amazing, right? And then along with the Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon, Omni Negate. Keep in mind this is only an Omni Negate on field, so this can't negate stuff in like hand or graveyard, right? Let me just double check, see if we're recording. Yeah, okay. And then 1 Blue Eyes Tyrant Dragon with the 1 Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. Guys, let me just say something. I see people sometimes making Tyrant Dragon when they're going first. Do not do that. This does absolutely nothing going first. This is a powerhouse for going second. Absolutely, this is a going second package, right? Well, this you make it going first, right, to prevent targeting protection. But I don't understand why people make this going first. There is no need to make this going first. Save it for when you go second. This is literally, for you guys who watch my Dino stuff, a UCT as a Blue Eyes White Dragon. So, and it's unaffected by trap cards. So even if they just set like 5 pass, it's your turn, make this. You don't gotta worry about their goddamn back row. You just straight up keep popping them, right? And then the 1 Typhon, because Typhon, it's easy to make, good against Mirror Match, good against Ryzeal. But yes, anyways, this is it for the extra deck, guys. Let's hop into the side deck. Alright guys, for you guys who haven't seen my last deck profile, but my last first place undefeated deck profile, it's literally the same exact side deck, basically. But without further ado, 1 Skill Drain, 3 Dominus Purge. I'm choosing to side this. I personally like this better going first. And if I'm going like against a shifter deck kind of thing or whatever, right, I would replace one of my like hand traps that I'm maining right now, maybe like Ghost Ogre, and replacing it with this, right? But not Malice, right? There's some cards where this card's not good. Malice doesn't do too much. Well, at least from what I noticed, at least. Like, too much adding from deck to hand. This is good against Yugioh. This is also good against the mirror match, but I only like to do it going first because I hate the fact that it locks you if you do this card from the hand, which shuts off your Bestial Magma and your Ash. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. You guys are thinking like, oh, well, why not just do the Ash and the Bestial first, right? Okay, what if you eventually draw into another one, right? Then now that card becomes useless, right? So I just have these for going first and / shifter decks because you are allowed to activate this under shifter. Along with the 3 Artifact Lancias for freaking Malice, surprise, surprise. Every player should be having these in their side deck. 2 Lightning Storm and the Harpy's Feather Duster. Came in clutch today. Nothing, my matches were nothing but blue eyes today. So like, even though I knew I was going second, man, dude, sometimes like I would try not to freak out because my hands were just way too cracked. And then this card puts work on them, right? It clears out their True Light. True Light destroys everything unless they control the Blue-Eyed Spirit Dragon. 2 Ultimate Slayers, 2 Tactics Thrust, and 1 Aggregator. This is my Yugioh package specifically, right? But I didn't even play against Yugioh today, so I didn't even have to worry. I didn't really do too much crazy ass siding today. I just kind of kept the deck how it's signed up. The only stuff I would mainly side is just this right here, right? And well, let me clear this out of the way real quick. And if you guys are unaware of like how to side, this is how I personally sided today, right? For my Blue Eyes matchups, right? So let me just put this here real quick. So this is the extra deck. So if I knew, like if I was going second, right? Like if it's game 1, right? And then I won, and then game 2, like I know my opponent's gonna go first. I personally, this is exactly what I did. I cut exactly the Primite Roar. I cut 1 Lordly Load, and I cut 1 Ether Barrel. Exactly. Because you don't want to see too much, just, you want to be able to see your board breakers going second, right? And well, going first, you max out on this just to see it, but going second, like, you only really go through, like, like, your only main target, like, that you're searching for is your drill beam, really. So you don't want to be, like, searching too much of this, or setting too much of this, or searching too much of this. So that's what I personally did. I sided, one this, one this, one this, and then I would side in, like, as I guys told you, the 2 Lightning Storms with the 1 Harpy's Feather Duster. So that's just personally me, what I did going second, and it worked beautifully today. I still saw the Primite package, even though I cut 1 of each, right? Everything just played freaking... God, I wish I recorded it, but... God damn it, guys. Next time for sure. I still have stuff recorded for my last deck profile, for the matches for that deck profile. But, yeah. Anyways, that's gonna be it for the deck profile, guys. Make sure you guys leave a like, subscribe for more content, hit that notification bell. And as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.